Laughing. We're here with Heather McBride here at the CHA, which is the Craft and Hobby Association, and she is with Boss Cut Personal Die Cutter. This is pretty cool stuff.
Yes, we've got two systems. Yes, we've got a hand press system, and we've also got our brand new die cutting system, digital die cutting system. It's called the Gazelle. When you purchase the Gazelle, you get your machine, which is a mostly metal machine. It has a little bit of plastic on for decoration, has some great little pull drawers to keep your extra blades in and whatnot. Then you also receive the software. The software is wonderful, very, very easy to use. Before we start with the software, I'll show you a couple things you can do. You can cut out, and let me maybe back it with something, I don't know if you can see it, but you can cut out stencil material.
Now these, can people create these themselves?
They can. You can use, the software comes with 700 fonts and shapes.
Right.
You can use any TrueType shape, or maybe any TrueType font. You can scan in images. You can draw your own images. If anybody's ever familiar with Illustrator or Photoshop, some of the same functions in there. Actually, a little bit easier to use.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and we can also cut foam, felt. This is a product that somebody brought us here at the show. It's a felt with a magnet on the back.
And you cut it too?
We cut it. And we were the only cutter here that was able to cut this. So we were really
Oh, let me see. Now, how thick is this one?
It's pretty, I don't know. I haven't measured millimeter. And
yeah, but that's pretty good though.
Yeah, and we can cut up to 1 millimeter chipboard. So lots of versatility in what you can do. Now let me just show you real quick. The software is very easy to use. So if it's somebody that's not completely, comfortable with the computer, very easy. They can just get on there. They can use the already fonts that are in there, the shapes that are already in there. If they want to go further, they can. In fact, this was something I designed this morning. I've only been using the software for a couple weeks.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So actually, I've only really been using it for a few days because I barely used it before that. But I am fairly computer literate. So I actually designed this Be Mine.
Now, are you a graphic designer by trade?
I do a little bit of graphic design work. But
just for the fun of it?
Yeah, well, I do, pretty much for the fun of it.
Okay.
But this is what it looked like printed out. And I just took the fonts that were in there, this is a shape that's in there, and I twisted them, rotated each, did script on one letter, block on another letter, rotated
That's pretty cute.
And then I used a function that we have that's called weld. And you put them all together, you highlight them all, you push a little button here, weld, and it literally welds those together. So now they're not going to print out as individual letters. They're going to print out as one piece. Okay, and we have some other examples that we'll show you in a minute. But let me show you how this prints. You can go up here. Here's our main toolbar. You can go to text. You can add, whatever you want here. Gazelle. Okay. And it's right here. We can take that Gazelle. This is our 12 by 12 paper. Right now we have a 12 by 12 mat. We're also going to add in a 12 by 24 mat. So you can print longer. You can do 8.5 by 11 or whatever. It's simply taking the corner, making it smaller, making it bigger.
That's easy.
Very, very easy to use. So we could print that. We could go into shapes. And under shapes we have corners. We have frames, so we can pull this frame in. Has all the functions that you would use in other kinds of programs like copy and paste.
This is so easy.
Yeah, very easy. It's got rotate right here.
Another material.
Sometimes it's a little funky to get, but we can make bigger, we can rotate, we can do all sorts. There it is. Where'd it? It's a mouse. And then, so anyways, lots of functions. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to delete that. We'll go ahead and leave Gazelle on there so you can see how they work. And let's go ahead and print, because this is how easy it is. We've got these on there. The other feature we have that is really great is what you see is what you get. So this is your 12 by 12 page. So when we put this in the cutter, what you see is what you get. So this is down here in the right-hand corner. That's where it's going to cut. This is right here, that's where it's going to cut. So if you have paper that maybe you've cut part of it and you want to cut up here so you don't waste your paper, you just stick it up there and that's where it cuts. And you're not having to worry about mirroring and upside down and turning around. And I know some of the softwares do that. So that's really nice. Another feature we have is print and cut.
What does that mean?
Print on your printer, put it in here, print on your printer, like on white cardstock.
Right.
Then you can take it and put it on your mat and put it through here and cut an outline.
Really?
Yes, yeah. So now another feature that's really great that you can use is this is the blade holder here. You can stick a pin in here. Okay, and so now what the pin's going to do is it's going to print it. Basically, it's going to print it. It's going to pin out this design.
You can have so much fun with this.
Yeah, tons of applications. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this for you so you can see how it works. When you're working with the Gazelle, we've got a red light. Red light means no cut. It's not going to cut until we turn that red light off. But we want the red light on because we're going to feed this in. And we're just going to put the mat, I just kind of hold it up like this a little bit, and we've got some feed buttons. Now the other buttons I have up here, and I'm just taking it down to the corner, okay? Now my blade is basically right here. So when I'm ready to cut, it's going to cut here and go here, cut. Now if I turn my red light off, I can go cut, but I can also turn my red light off and I've got my speed buttons and my force buttons. Speed, we're going to leave it 2 or 3. Force, it kind of depends on what you're cutting. If you're cutting chipboard or felt, you're going to do a higher force, okay?
How do you know whether it should be minus or plus?
Well, minus and plus is just taking these dots down. The first dot, if you're on the first dot, that's going to be the lowest amount of force, least amount of force.
Does it do it automatically?
No, you'll set it, and you know, just kind of know if you're just doing paper, you can leave it on 1 or 2. If you're doing chipboard, you're going to want to bring it up to 4 or 5.
Okay.
And you kind of you get
a feel
of
for
it. Yeah, after you're playing with it, you know, after you've done it a couple times, exactly what that is. Okay, we're going to leave it down on 2. And what I do to print these is I highlight them, or I can just right-click anywhere, and I can click Select All. Okay, and it selects everything I have on there. Then I go to Cut Craft, and all I'm going to do is Cut Project. I'm going to make sure my red light is off, because red light means no cut, so my red light's off, I can cut. So Cut Project.
Okay.
And parts of it, I can straighten out the lines, I can push the lines.
And do you have different pinpoints? And
it does have, it pretty much has my...
has a lot of the same things you would have
on Illustrator and Photoshop.
Okay.
Some of the scrollies and stuff were designed using this program.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's very intricate.
We actually have Roberta here, and Roberta, you're with a studio.
I have my own studio, Roberta Collier Morales Studio, and I'm in the designer section. And I find this machine fascinating because as an illustrator, designer, I want to be able to use my own images so that I'm not violating anyone else's copyright. And I can take my own images, and this gives me multiple applications to apply it to product or a t-shirt or, you know, I mean, I could even use it as a stencil.
I know, I was thinking of that too. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, that's my initial reaction, but you know, this is all kind of new to me.
So I think it's a terrific piece of equipment. I'm excited.